starting our pregame show for the Section 8 9-player football championship between the Goodridge-Grygla Chargers and the Steven-Argyle Storm. Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Hergert. Joining me in a little bit is going to be Chris Fee. He'll be down on the sidelines for this game. For Goodridge-Grygla, they come into this game thinking of redemption as they came here last year. They had a 14-0 halftime lead in this very game. However, they ended up losing that game after giving up 35 consecutive points to Kitson County Central. They would drop that one 35-20. And Goodridge-Grygla, they're looking to be on the right side of the scoreboard. For Steven-Argyle, it's resurrection. After 2 years of down years for the Storm, they're looking to get back to where they were a little over a decade ago, back to their winning ways and getting back to the state tournament. So we are going to step aside. We will take a break. We heard from both coaches earlier on. We are going to get to their interviews. We're going to hear from Steven-Argyle's coach first. It's Coach Marcus right after this on KROX.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Tackle any weather in new heated jackets and hoodies from Milwaukee and Home of Economy. Wear these daily as a light jacket, but kick up the heat right where you need it when the temps drop and the winds pick up. Home of Economy is your one-stop hoodie shop with old favorites, new styles, top brands, and great selection, all at the best price. It's all here at Home of Economy.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Section Championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Egg Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this Section Football Championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at kroxam.com and click on Sports.
Of the Steven-Argyle Storm, Coach Ethan Marcus. And Coach, it was another successful regular season for the Storm, and you've had a great playoff success so far. How have you felt your team has been playing throughout the playoffs?
Well, I think the playoffs have gone well for us. It's been nice here. Unfortunately, we were without our young quarterback, Shea Setterholm, so we had to make a change there. And since then, Blaine has done a nice job standing in, and it's remained productive here. So, and gotten a little bit better. I think guys are getting a little more familiar with it, so that's been good. And we sure hope to give Goodridge a good look today.
How difficult has it been making such a big adjustment this late into the season?
Well, it's been okay. You know, our guys are pretty familiar with what we do, and we get to be together every day here, and it's gone all right. I don't think anything we're doing is too difficult or complex, so that helps. And we've got good guys, and it's come together nicely.
You just came off of a tight win against Kitson County Central. How did that game go?
Well, it was exciting. That's for sure. It was depending on what point of the game you're looking at, I went not real good at all, and then it went to much better, and then real good, exciting at the end. So there were some high and lows, and it was a tight game. It was exciting, and we were pretty happy to be able to get the win over a big game, a rivalry game, and playoff win.
Now you head to the Fargodome. You're playing Goodridge-Grygla, a team that you had seen just 3 weeks ago. You ended up dropping that game to them. What did you learn about them in that game?
Well, I think the guys understand just how strong of a team they are. They're very good. They have a number of seniors that are very talented, and they've done very well for a reason. They're very good, and I think we needed to understand we need to prepare differently and a little bit better, and that's, we just have to be ready for reality, and that is that they are a good team and they're going to play very forcefully.
Other than being down at the quarterback position, how is the health of the rest of your team?
Well, unfortunately, we lost a senior earlier in the year, Nick Wingy. Otherwise, we've been pretty fortunate, and we have all our guys still with us.
Do you have 2 to 3 keys to a section championship victory?
I think the main thing is we need to keep the ball and keep it away from Goodridge-Grygla. They're very strong, they're very potent, and if we can keep the ball away from them, hopefully that means we are being productive with it, and they do not have it, so that's a big piece. And then the other thing would be turnovers, and that kind of goes together, I guess, but we definitely cannot give them the ball. We gave them the ball 2 times in the regular season, and that hurt us very bad. So in short, we got to keep the ball away from them.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
So that was Coach Marcus of the Steven-Argyle Storm. And when we come back, we are going to continue our Riverview Health pregame show on KROX.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Drs. Forget, Smith, and Genanetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tints and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on Sports.
We continued the Riverview Health pregame show here on KROX with the head coach of the Goodridge-Grygla Chargers, Coach Wbski. And Coach, it was another successful season. You're back here at the Fargodome playing in your second consecutive section championship game. You were unable to get the win last year in the section championship game. What did you learn from last year and you've been implementing this week in practice?
Well, definitely. It's hopefully our kids learn from it that you can't be happy with a halftime score, and anything can happen. You got to play till the end. And Steven-Argyle, they're going to give us everything we've got, and we just got to come out and play.
You just saw Steven-Argyle 3 weeks ago. What did you learn about them?
Well, they're an explosive team. They got very good ball control. They did lose their quarterback, who's a passer. Now they moved their main running back to their quarterback, so it's actually makes it almost harder to defend them because they have a dual threat now. So that's something we got to work on, and we got to try jump ahead on them and put some points up early, and maybe push them, make them have to be a little more aggressive.
You're coming off of a great week last week, a 37-12 victory over Winnimac. What did you see in your team's performance?
We played very well, especially defensively. We swarmed and made good tackles. Offensively, we put some big blocks in and moved the ball very well, especially at key times of the game. And so hopefully we can keep doing that and not turn the ball over this week, and that should help us out.
How is the health of your team?
Pretty good for this time of the year. I mean, there's a lot of bumps and bruises and some sore stuff, but I mean, everybody's going to have to play, and we'll be good to go.
Do you have 2 to 3 keys to winning the section championship today?
Well, I guess first one, of course, take care of the ball so we don't turn it over. But like I said, we need to put some points up early. They do a lot of ball control offense, and they like to, so you don't have much possession. So we're going to have to, get some scores and make some big stops on the Storm as well.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
So that was Coach Wbski of the Goodridge-Grygla Chargers, as we are going to continue the Riverview Health pregame show right here on KROX after this.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Ag Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on Sports.
Welcome back to the Fargodome, as it's time to take a look at our Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups. Let's take a look at the starters for Goodridge-Grygla. And offense, they're going to be starting at quarterback Blake Ricklock. They'll have Lewis Jones in the backfield along with Kian Nelson. Those are the two running backs. At fullback, it'll be Carson Wbski. And at the ends, it'll be Sawyer Jacobson and Owen Larson. On the offensive line, they'll have Donnie Johnsrud, Chase Manderud, and Gavin Oney. On the other side, for Steven-Argyle on offense, they are going to be sending out Blaine Smith. They'll have at fullback Cooper Clausen, The running backs will be Raiden Winarovich and Anders Thompson. The tight ends will be Jake Carlson and Lennon Kasprovich. And also on the offensive line, they'll have Carson Safransky, Rylan Anderson, and Dylan Widener. On the defensive side, taking a look for Goodridge-Grygla, they'll have Owen Larson on the defensive line, along with Andrew Englund. They'll have Gavin Oney and Blake Ricklock on the defensive line, and joining them in the secondary will be Lewis Jones, Kean Nelson, Sawyer Jacobson, and at middle linebacker, they'll have Carson Rubishko. Taking a look at the defensive side for Steven-Argyle, at nose guard, they're going to have Aiden Trueblood. At defensive tackle, it will be Carson Safransky and Rylan Anderson. The defensive ends will be Lennon Kasprovich and Dylan Widener. And the linebackers will be Cooper Clausen and Blaine Smith. In the secondary, they'll have Raiden Winarovich and Anders Thompson. So that is a look at our Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups here for this Section 8 9-player football championship between the 1 and the 2 seed. Goodridge-Grygla the 1, Steven-Argyle the 2. We're going to step aside and take another break, and when we come back, we're going to head down field side and chat a little bit with Chris Fee right after this on KROX.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Drs. Forget, Smith, and Janetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tents and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
Welcome back to the Riverview Health pregame show. Let's check in on the sideline with Chris Fee. And Chris, you were there for the coin toss. So how did that turn out?
Well, Steven-Argyle was able to call the flip, and they picked, I think it was heads, and it landed tails. So Goodridge-Grygla deferred to the second half. So that means they'll start the ball in the second half there, and Steven-Argyle will start in the first half offensively, which I've always thought, do you want to come out? I suppose it depends what you feel is your stronger part of your team, offense or defense. But I've always thought coming out on offense to start a section championship or a big state tournament game, and if you're able to punch one in right away. That's you couldn't ask for a better start. So Steven-Argyle will start with the ball in the second half.
It's always nice to set the tone when you're the team that's receiving and you just score it first. You get up 7-0, and there's nothing better than an early lead.
No, and I think, well, at our officials here, too, we have the Crookston crew. It's Scobie. We have Brent Stoliker as the head official, Chris Trosted as one of the others, Wayne Folkers. We have Rich Sanders, and let's see, Blake, who's the other one? I forgot to see who Todd Selk. He is the Foston superintendent, but longtime Crookston coach, teacher, and so I got a bunch of at least Crookston ties on this, and a very good officiating crew as well.
What are the vibes like down on the field? Do both teams seem nervous, or do they seem locked in?
Well, right now the teams, they look to be pretty locked in. And I was just talking with Coach Kralik of Clearbrook-Gonvick just a few moments ago before we came on, and I asked him I said, how are the guys doing? He goes, we're doing good. He goes, nervous, but we're doing good. And I think the nerves before the game is always the first part. When you get that opening kickoff and you're a starter, you get rid of those nerves pretty quick right after that first hit or first play. So I'm sure nerves going through, the butterflies in the stomach. This is what you play all season long to try to get to the section championship for a chance to go to state. And so if they weren't, well, Coach Kralik said if we didn't have nerves, we'd be in trouble. And that is a perfect statement there. So I'm sure there's nerves, butterflies, and but as soon as that first kickoff is underway, that first big hit, first offensive or defensive play for whichever side they're on, that'll go away pretty quick.
It's so cliche that whenever you have that first hit, the butterflies go away, but it's only a cliche because it is very true. So we'll be checking in with you all throughout the game on the sideline, but it should be a good one here between Goodridge-Grygla and Steven-Argyle. We're going to step aside, take another break, and we're going to take a look at the brackets and see how did both of these teams get to the Fargodome. We'll have that information for you right after this on KROX.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Tackle any weather in new heated jackets and hoodies from Milwaukee and Home of Economy. Wear these daily as a light jacket, but kick up the heat right where you need it when the temps drop and the winds pick up. Home of Economy is your one-stop hoodie shop with old favorites, new styles, top brands, and great selection, all at the best price. It's all here at Home of Economy.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Dr. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Doctors Forget, Smith, and Genedetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tents and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
Welcome back to the Riverview Health pregame show here on KROX as we take a look at the brackets as to how both of these teams got here. Goodridge-Grygla, they were the 1 seed. They had a bye in the quarterfinals, so they were already in the semifinals where they took on the 5th seed Winnimac, and Goodridge-Grygla able to win convincingly there 37-12, and that is how they got to the championship game. On the other side of the bracket, Steven-Argyle, they played Badger Greenbush Middle River in the quarterfinals. They won 22-8, then advanced to the semifinals where they took on last year's Section 8 9-player football champion Kitson County Central. Steven-Argyle, they were trailing in that game in the second half by 14 points, but they scored the final 3 touchdowns to end up winning that one 32-26, and that is how both of these teams have gotten to this point. This is the second time that these sides have played each other. Goodridge-Grygla got the better hand of Steven-Argyle at Steven-Argyle just 3 weeks ago. It was Goodridge-Grygla with a 37-12 victory over the Storm. And Goodridge-Grygla, they haven't lost since August 31st, which was their first game against Otter Tail Central. So an impressive 8-game win streak for the Chargers as they are very hot heading into this championship game, whereas Steven-Argyle, they've had back-to-back losses. That's how they ended the regular season. With the following the loss to Goodridge-Grygla, they lost to Park Christian 20-14, but they were able to bounce back with a pair of victories in the playoffs, and that is how both of these teams have gotten to this point. The winner of this game is going to take on the winner of our next game. It's the Section 6 9-player football championship. That'll be right after this one here on KROX. So it'll be Section 8 against Section 6. That'll take place next Thursday at Moorhead High School, as we will have both of those games here, and we will possibly have that one next week, as that one should be a good matchup there as we are rolling into the quarterfinals. So we're going to step aside once again, take a break. They'll do the anthem, and then when we come back, we'll have kickoff between Steven-Argyle and Goodridge-Grygla right after this on KROX.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Ag Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on Sports.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Section Championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this Section Football Championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on Sports.
Welcome back to the Fargodome as we are about ready to kick off this Section 8 9-player football championship between Goodridge-Grygla and Steven-Argyle. It'll be Goodridge-Grygla to kick first. They're going to be going from left to right, and it'll be Steven-Argyle to receive as they're in the Storm. They are in their navy blue helmets, white jerseys, and white pants, and it will be Goodridge-Grygla in their white helmets, white pants, and blue jerseys. So it'll be Blake Ricklock who is going to kick this off for Goodridge-Grygla. As he is just about ready to kick it off, and now he does, and on the far side, that is going to go out of play, so that'll be a flag on the kickoff.
Well, he tried to angle it away from the return man for Steven-Argyle, and, well, it goes out of bounds, so the Storm going to have a pretty good field position if they make him kick, but it looks like they're going to make him kick it off again instead of taking the penalty.
Back to return for the Storm is Winarovich, and he is an explosive player for the Storm as he is able to flip the field in just an instant. So they're going to take the 5-yard penalty, back him up from the 40 to the 35, which is where the kickoff will be. And now it looks like Winarovich is going to be joined by Blaine Smith.
And now they'll move up to about the 20-yard line, so they do accept the penalty. They don't take the ball at the 35, and for the reason of having those dangerous weapons back there.
This is going to be a ground ball up the middle. It is going to be fielded by Winarovich, not cleanly at the 27. A little shimmy shake, gets across the 30 to about the 33, and that is where we are going to see the Steven-Argyle Storm offense for the first time today.
Well, you roll the dice on not having it at the 35, so they lose about 1.5 yards on that decision, so really not much of a difference at all.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 34 for the Storm. It'll be Blaine Smith who will be quarterbacking things for the Storm.
And they obviously laid down the turf pretty quick because the line's not very straight.
Yeah, if you're watching on our live stream, you might be able to see some of the lines are a little bit crooked there. But either way, it's going to be first and 10, and Smith will take it himself. He'll go up the middle. He is going to be tackled from behind by Ricklock. It'll be a gain of about 3, second down.
Well, just a quick hitter off the left side of the line. They get a couple yards, and just a quick play for Steven-Argyle, which we're going to see a lot of as Coach Mark is going through the signs.
And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the pregame show. Just get that first hit, get a positive momentum. And now we'll see what Steven-Argyle has here on 2nd and 7. It'll be Smith out of the shotgun. He has a couple of wide receivers to the near side, a back flanking him as well. And now Smith, he's going to take it going left side, nothing going, maybe a yard there. And in on the stop for the...
Lewis Jones came in for the Chargers. Nice play by the senior linebacker.
Lewis Jones, he is everywhere for Goodridge-Grygla, both defensively and offensively.
So about a 1-yard gain on the play, but good coverage by Goodridge-Grygla, 3rd and long.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 38. Steven-Argyle needs to get just a hair past the 44 for a first down. Smith with 2 wide receivers to the right side. He's going to keep it himself. Cuts up the middle. Has a first down and more. Breaks through the 50. Breaks through a tackle. And gets across the 40 for a first down. And a big play for Blaine Smith. He flips the field and a big gain.
Well, Smith, all he did, just a nice little quick fake pitch out. That got the defense to bite enough. He cut it back to the middle of the field and gets the big gain there.
He leads the team in carries, rushing yards, and touchdowns, and showed why there. And he picks up a big gain to the 37, and the Storm are in Charger territory.
That's a great way for Steven-Argyle on this first drive to keep it going. And big gain into Goodridge-Grygla territory, and see what they have up their sleeve now.
Everybody tucked in the formation now as Smith is still out of the shotgun. Sends a man in motion from left to right. This time it's going to be a handoff for Clausen going up the middle. He'll get across the 35 where he is knocked down there at the 34. Gain of a couple.
Well, Goodridge-Grygla defensively not playing that bad. It's just that the offensive line for Steven-Argyle is creating some nice size holes here. And, 3-4 yards a run, Steven-Argyle will take that all day.
And it set him up there on that last little set there to get the first down as they're looking at 2nd and 7 again from the 34. This time on the far side, they have a receiver split out wide due the Storm. It's Anders Thompson all the way at the top. It'll be Smith again out of the shotgun. He's going to go right side. This time pitches it to Clausen. He gets across the 30, lowers his head, and is trying to get to the sticks. It looks like he might be a yard short, but it's a good pickup for the Storm. It'll be 3rd and short.
Well, Smith doing a great job of knowing and waiting till the last second to pitch that ball off, and I think Steven-Argyle has found something. The pitch has worked very well here the 2 times that they've run it like that.
Yeah,
the option pitch.
Yeah, and on that last 3rd down, Smith decided to keep it himself and was able to get over 25 yards on that carry for the first down. So now it's going to be 3rd down and short. The ball is at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and maybe a short 2 as they need to get to the 27. It'll be Smith out of the gun again, flanked by Clausen to his right. Smith, he's going to take it himself, goes up the middle, has the first down, and he is going to be ripped down by a couple of Chargers. A flag comes in late.
Yeah, the helmet came off of Smith, and he's looking back at the Goodridge-Grygla defense, and I don't know if he said something, but he was looking at him, and that is going to be a face mask penalty.
So the Storm, they're going to get the first down. They picked it up to the 25. It'll be half the distance from there, so they'll have it at the 12.5, and a great start for Steven-Argyle. And
since the helmet was grabbed, Smith will not have to come out of the game. If your helmet comes off in the play, in a normal situation where your helmet isn't being grabbed, then you have to come out. But this case, obviously, he won't have to.
And that's great news for Steven-Argyle as he has been helping move the ball for the Storm. First drive here of this Section 8 championship game. And now Steven-Argyle, they are heading up to the line of scrimmage. An excellent drive so far that started at their own 34. 1st and 10 from the 12. Smith is going to take it himself, goes near side, dodges one Charger, but he is wrapped up there at about the 10-yard line. And the tackle is made there by the Chargers. Looks like that was Carson Wbski on the stop, and it'll be a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Wbski came over, but again, a great blocking ahead. That was Clausen that time. He came over and laid a block to allow, at least probably the 2-yard gain. Otherwise, that would have been stopped for no gain. So the blocking both by the offensive line and also the fullback have been fantastic here on this drive for the Storm.
2nd and 8 from the 10. Smith, this time he's going to hand it off to Clausen, goes up the middle and nothing going there. The defensive line for the Chargers flexing their muscles, and it's going to be a stop, a minimal gain. Andrew Englund blew it up for the Chargers.
Englund just came right through, shut off one blocker, and then made the nice bear hug tackle, and that is a picture-perfect defensive play by Englund.
And it will set up 3rd and 8 for Steven-Argyle. Saw them convert earlier on a 3rd and 7. Now it's 3rd and 8 from the 10. They can still pick up the first down at the 2. But we'll have to see what the Storm do here. One wide receiver out wide for the Storm. It's Thompson again. Smith, he's going to pitch it to Clausen on the option play, and that's not going to go for much. It's going to go for maybe a yard, and it's going to set up 4th down.
That'll be 4th and long here. They do have a chance to get a first down without getting a touchdown, so there's that option. But you're looking at Smith, who has come in. He's the backup quarterback, and he's throwing these pitches right on the money and making great decisions. And sometimes there's just things you can't teach kids. The kids just have it, and Smith has that. He's picked up very quickly on just how he operates at quarterback.
Play number 10 of this drive is 4th and 7 from the 9. It'll be Smith out of the shotgun, sending a man in motion from left to right, and
the play clock went down. Delay a game.
And that's going to back him up 5 yards. Now it goes from 4th and 7 to 4th and 12 from the 14.
Maybe a little more room to pass now.
Yeah, maybe.
Obviously not what you wanted in that situation, but still, as we said, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. But either way, they need to get a big gain here.
12 for the first down, 14 for 6 points. As it'll be Smith out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the right, as it's Winarovich and Thompson. Smith is going to roll to his right. He throws, fires to the end zone, incomplete, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as the Goodridge-Grygla defense bend, but they did not break, and they're going to take over from the 14.
Well, and Goodridge-Grygla had outstanding coverage. They had 3 defensive backs all around the intended receiver. That was going to have to be a perfect pass, and it might have been, but slipping as he was trying to make the cut was the receiver. So Goodridge-Grygla comes up with a big defensive stop, but a very good drive, taking almost exactly half of the first quarter off the clock there with 6:03 remaining. The Storm with a very impressive drive to start off the game.
Now we get to see the Goodridge-Grygla offense for the first time here. Blake Ricklock, the senior, he's under center, and he's going to turn and hand it off, and it's going to be a run for the right side, and getting a first down. More dragging defenders is Lewis Jones, and he is going to get a nice gain there. It's going to move the chains, and a great start for the Chargers offense.
Well, that is a great answer. After your defense bends but doesn't break, you get a little momentum on your side, and then you get a big gain on your first offensive play of the game. And momentum definitely on Goodridge-Grygla's side.
A 14-yard carry for Lewis Jones, as he had an excellent game last game. He had over 130 yards on the ground, a pair of touchdowns. Also, he can catch 2, and it's Jones again. Gets through 1 tackler and another, and dragging another defender behind. It's a gain of 9, maybe 10. And we'll have to see where they mark it. It's close to the sticks. Either way, it's another great run.
Well, this is the Lewis Jones show in the first 2 plays. He's breaking, he's probably about 6-7 tackles already on these first 2 plays. So Steven-Argyle, they're getting there, but they're not able to wrap up, and Jones taking advantage of it.
Gain of 9, so it'll be 2nd down and 1, just shy of the 38. It's Ricklock. It's going to be under center once again. This time, he's going to turn and hand it off, going far side. A flag comes down, and the Chargers are able to pick up the first down with Kean Nelson, but that flag, we'll have to see who it's on.
It is holding.
So that is going to back up Goodridge-Grygla 10 yards, so everything that they just gained on that first down run +1 is going to be negated. And it's going to set them up behind the sticks here for 2nd and long.
Well, the good news for Goodridge-Grygla, they had 2nd and 1. Now it's going to be 2nd and 11, so they still have a few plays, but the way they've been running the ball here the first couple of plays, 10 yards, 11 yards, that's not much for them.
Both Kean Nelson and Lewis Jones had a big say in that section championship game last year, helping out the great start as Ricklock keeps it himself, has a ton of space on the near side, gets across the 40, and he is knocked down at the 45. And just like that, it's another Goodridge-Grygla first down.
Well, the athleticism that the Charger specialty guys have is being shown off here. Not only are they quick and athletic, but they're also strong as well, and that offensive line doing a great job.
17 on the carry for Ricklock, and that's going to move the chains to the 45. And Goodridge-Grygla putting together a great drive on the ground. here for their first drive of the game. So it'll be Ricklock under center, has a couple of backs behind him. Ricklock, he's going to turn and hand this off, and Kean Nelson is going to be dragged down from behind, and not a lot going there for the Chargers. It's going to be a gain of about 1. And it looks like one of the Chargers players is down. So it's...
Well, and it's Lewis Jones who is down, and Charger fans hoping it's just a cramp. He is...
he is going to be looked at by the training staff. We're going to step aside for a quick break.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
For Goodridge-Grygla, and it's 2nd down and 9 from the 46. Need to get to Steven-Argyle's 45 for a first down. So it'll be Ricklock under center. And he is going to play fake and look to throw for the first time today. Fires a pass on the near side over the head of Kean Nelson, and it'll be 3rd down.
And Nelson, he was bouncing up and down after that ball went over his head because he was wide open, but the throw just a little too much. But give credit to Steven-Argyle putting pressure on the quarterback to make him throw quicker than he wanted to.
Ricklock's been very efficient, especially last game. He was 6 for 8 through the air, even threw a touchdown pass. And we'll have to see what the Chargers have dialed up here on 3rd down and 9. They're going to spread 4 wide receivers out in the formation. Ricklock out of the gun for the first time today. He's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself, running near side, and he is going to put his head down, trying to charge forward. And we'll have to see where they're going to mark him. They're going to give him the first down as Winorovich threw him down, but it is enough for a first down. He needed 9 and got it right on the button.
Well, that was a run play from the beginning, and all he did, lowered his shoulder right when he got close to the first down, and because of that, he literally ran over a Steven-Argyle tackler and was able to get an extra yard in the first down because of that. Great effort.
Senior putting his head down and able to get just enough for the first down. And they'll be out of the gun again for Ricklock. This time 2 wide receivers to the left side. And Ricklock will keep it himself, going far side, trying to get past one tackler, but he was unable to do so. Blaine Smith dragged him down from behind. It'll be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
He grabbed the undershirt, and that's what was the difference. He has a long, hanging undershirt, and if he doesn't have that on, he's probably still running into the end zone. Great job by Smith with the strong hand to bring him down.
Quarterback on quarterback tackle there as it's 2nd and 7 for the Chargers.
A quick injury update. Jones is getting his left ankle taped up with the shoe on. So it's a left ankle, or actually he has the shoe off. So he's getting taped up there.
We'll have to see when he comes back, if he does. It'll be 2nd down. The snap goes past the backfield, and now having to turn and jump on top of it was Carson Rubishko, and that's going to be a giant gain, a little miscommunication from the Chargers as it was picked up at the 45. That's where Rubishko just had a fall on top of it, and now it goes from 3rd and manageable to now it's 3rd and 20.
So again, just the momentum of everything changing. It looked like Goodridge-Grygla was just running down the field, no problems. All of a sudden, they have an incomplete pass, they have an injury, and now a botched snap. And they have 3rd and a long way to go.
4 wide receivers out in the formation, 2 to each side. Rubishko will flank Ricklock. As Ricklock's looking to throw again, Still looking, rolling near side. Now he's going to reverse course, going the other way as Rick Locke picks up a couple of blocks, sets up and fires a pass down the field. A diving catch is made. He is short of the sticks. A spectacular grab by Owen Larson, and it's a gain of 19. And now that's going to set up 4th and 1.
And what a play. It looked like Smith was coming up. He was going to try to make the interception, and then at the last second, diving in and making the grab. I'm not sure how he caught that because it looked like it was going to be off the mark, but a great effort to make the grab and a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, importantly, it brings them to within 4th and 1 where they're going to be able to go for it. It's probably a little bit less than a yard for the Chargers. A huge grab for Owen Larson, only his 7th catch on the season. As Rick Locke is under center this time. He's going to take it himself, going right side, and he gets up the first down.
Well, 4th and 1 with Rick Locke at quarterback. That was, you hate to say a no-doubter because Steven-Argyle, they did almost everything they could, but Rick Locke just dove right off the right side of his center and was able to get the first down.
So a great drive going for the Chargers. Looked like things were going to go disastrous there for a moment, but Larson comes up with the big play, and then it's Rick Locke keeping it himself for 3. Now it's 1st and 10.
Lewis Jones is running up and down the field after he had his left ankle taped, and he is running very gingerly.
Play action as Rick Locke looks to throw, fires. It's caught on the near side and able to toe tap it just before going out of bounds is Nelson. And he gets out to about the 25, maybe just inside of there. And it's another great gain here on 1st down for the Chargers.
And Nelson using all 6 feet of his frame there, leaping in the air to make the grab. Very athletic, sort of a jump pass and then a leaping grab. And it'll be 2nd and 1 as the Chargers continue to move the ball down the field without Jones, who is on the sidelines right now.
Nelson had 1 catch last game. It was an 11-yard touchdown. And now it's 2nd down and a long 1. Rick Locke under center. He's going to hand it off to Nelson. Puts his head down, and he is going to be met by a group of Storm, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down.
And we'll keep updating here because I'm sure, well, Stephen-Argyle and Goodridge-Grygla fans are wondering, but Jones is now having the tape taken off or loosened up and off his ankle right now, and we'll keep you updated on that. Oh, they're going to tape the outside of the shoe now.
So that is going to be it for quarter number 1. We are scoreless after 1 here in the Section 8 9-player football championship game. 2nd quarter coming up here on KROX.
Tackle any weather in new heated jackets and hoodies from Milwaukee and Home of Economy. Wear these daily as a light jacket, but kick up the heat right where you need it when the temps drop and the winds pick up. Home of Economy is your one-stop hoodie shop. With old favorites, new styles, top brands, and great selection, all at the best price. It's all here at Home of Economy.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on sports.
Second quarter about to start here from the Fargo Dome. It is a scoreless quarter. Both teams just have 1 drive so far. This is Goodridge-Grygla's drive that is still continuing as it is going to be a handoff near side, nothing going, and trying to turn his legs and still going forward. It was a tough, hard-earned maybe yard for Kean Nelson on the first play of this second quarter. They'll give him a yard. He'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, good job by the Steven-Argyle defense to come up with a big stop there, make it 2nd and long, because we've been seeing when it's 3rd and short or even 4th and 1, Goodridge-Grygla has been able to convert every time.
2nd and 9 for the Chargers. It has been quite the drive. Steven-Argyle, they got the ball first, drove all the way down and couldn't score, and now trying to get ripped down as Ricklock spins out of a tackle, somehow is able to get past the line of scrimmage and diving forward for a yard. A spectacular carry, a great 1-yard gain, and now there is an injured Charger on the field.
Well, that was Houdini-like there.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to be in big trouble, and was able to, again, breaking some tackles. Goodridge-Grygla has done that in the entire first couple of offensive series, but unfortunately they have another injury to a leg.
So another injury to Goodridge-Grygla, so we are going to step aside again right here on KROX.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
Go, and I think he just came to a conclusion that it's not going to work because he is hunched over and very emotional right now.
Ricklock back to pass, fires on the far side. That is tipped by Winterovich. A diving catch is made on the far side. It's a first down for the Chargers. A spectacular grab. Looks like diving in was Christian Logan.
And Winterovich, he tried to bat it away. He did get his hand on it, but unfortunately for Steven-Argyle, the ball goes straight up in the air. And then Johnny on the spot was Logan. He comes over, makes the diving grab right before it hit the turf. And it's another first down and another improbable first down for Goodridge-Grygla.
It was 3rd and 20 earlier. They were able to pick up 19 on a great grab from Owen Larson. Now, coming up with the big play was Logan, as it's a first down going up the middle, and in for a touchdown is Wbski, and the Chargers strike first.
Well, you sort of could feel that coming after that big grab for the first down, and then a big hole on the left side. Wbski goes in pretty much untouched. And Goodridge-Grygla gets on the board first, 6-0.
So the 7-yard run for Wbski caps off what was a spectacular drive, a 16-play drive for Goodridge-Grygla, and now they're going to go for 2, try and make it an 8-point game. So it'll be Ricklock out of the gun. He has 2 wide receivers to the right. Ricklock is going to take the snap and rolling to his right, slings one far side. The catch is made, and the 2-point conversion is good. And Owen Larson comes up with another grab for the Chargers, and they have an 8-point lead. A 16-play drive capped off by a 7-yard touchdown run for Carson Wbski, and the 2-point conversion from Owen Larson gives the Chargers an 8-0 lead here in this Section 8 9-player championship game. And boy, how about some of those catches?
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of everything here. We had a deflection, a diving grab. You've had, a ball carrier just simply run over a defender to get the first down. And, some huge plays for Goodridge-Grygla. And they're simply just not being denied, even though Steven-Argyle didn't play terribly bad on the defensive side. It was just that Goodridge-Grygla was just coming up with big plays when they needed them.
And that's how you do it. If you want to win the section championship game, you have to make those big plays. As mentioned it just a moment ago, but I think it's worth mentioning. 3rd and 20 they were looking at after a botched snap, and they were able to find Owen Larson for 19 yards. And that really seemed to be the big play that helped re-energize that Chargers team.
And just a quick update here. Nelson is getting his left ankle taped. He did have tape. They had to cut that off, and now he's going to get retaped. So we've seen 2 ankle injuries here in the first quarter plus for, actually it was both in the first quarter for Goodridge-Grygla. And at this point, it looks like Jones might not be coming back anytime soon anyway. We're not going to say he's out, but he might not be coming back soon. And as we say that, he'll probably play next down.
It'll be a kickoff for Goodridge-Grygla. Another ground ball up the middle. This one stays in the field of play. It's fielded by Winorovich. It's going to be a reverse as they try and switch fields, and it was snipped out by Goodridge-Grygla. They saw it coming all the way as they aren't going to gain many yards, probably a return of about 2 or 3 yards. They're going to start from their own 21-yard line.
And, Jones just he's having a hard time walking, and he has his helmet off to his side. So I wouldn't expect to see him back here, at least in the first half.
Second drive for Steven-Argyle. They got the ball first, and they went 10 plays, drove it all the way down into the red zone, but they were unable to score. Now it's a second look at the offense. Smith has a man in motion. He's going to go back to pass, winds up and uncorks one deep down the middle, and he overthrows Winorovich, and it'll be second down.
Well, he had Winorovich. He had a step on him, and if that would have been thrown maybe a couple of yards shorter, that would have been a touchdown for Winorovich. So right idea, just not able to execute it.
Winorovich still would have been running. He had a couple of steps on the defender. It'll be second down and 10 for the Storm. Smith didn't pass much in the regular season. Of course, he wasn't the starting quarterback all season. They just recently made the switch. As it'll be second and 10, 2 wide receivers to the left. Smith, he's out of the gun again. And he's going to take the snap and running left side, looking for a hole, puts his shoulders down, and he's going to be tripped up after a gain of about 2 yards. And it'll be third and long for the Storm.
Yeah, they'll mark it just shy of the 24-yard line, sort of 23 and a half to be exact. So Steven-Argyle, they came up with some big third down plays on their first drive, and see if they can come up with another one here.
They need the 31 for a first down. And even if they can get to maybe even the 30 and set themselves up for fourth and short, that might be good for the Storm.
Yep.
So it'll be Smith out of the gun. Everyone is tight in the formation, sends a man in motion from left to right. And Smith, he's going to throw it back across the formation to the far side. That's incomplete. Now it's going to be decision time for the Storm. It'll be third and long.
Well, I think this is a no-doubter here. You're going to have to punt it away.
And fourth down and about 7.5. We'll have to see what the Storm decide to do. As they just saw Goodridge-Grygla go 16 plays the other way on them.
And the Storm, they were looking for Carlson, the big 6'8" sophomore. And the ball was probably thrown in the worst spot you could to a 6'8" kid, a little low. And so it's incomplete.
It'll be a punt for the Storm, as this one is going to be booted away, goes across midfield. This one's going to be fielded on the near side by Ricklock. He turns upfield, gets past a couple of Storm defenders, and across the 45, knocked down at the 42. And that is where the Chargers are going to start.
Well, the impressive thing with the Chargers is just how shifty all their specialty guys are. Ricklock has shown it throughout this first half, but he just makes people miss when they think they have them tackled and they're going to bring them down, and all of a sudden just a little quick sidestep, and he was able to get a very nice return after a very nice punt.
So starting from the 42, this is great field position for Goodridge-Grygla, as they're going to get it from the 42, and now they're ready for the offense. Second time that they have been out on the field today. It'll be Ricklock under center. He is going to take the snap and hands this off, and Wbski is going to head up the middle, and he is going to get across the 35. A good gain there on first down.
Well, nothing fancy, just a run right off the left side of the line. The line doing a great job of getting that surge and moving back. The defensive line for Steven-Argyle, and that allows him to get a big gain on that first down play. And that is the offensive line here for Goodridge-Grygla has been fantastic, creating some nice holes, but more importantly, getting that quick first step right off the snap.
A gain of 7 on first down for Wbski. And that'll bring up second down and 3. Handoff, and they're going to turn and hand this off to Nelson. He goes up the middle, breaks into the secondary, dragging a defender with him, and he's going to be spun down at the 11-yard line. A big gain for Nelson.
Well, I'd say that tape job worked on the ankle because he comes right back in. Looks like he wasn't even injured and just shot right through the big hole that the offensive line made on the right side. And he broke a tackle about 5 yards down, was able to get a big gain on the play.
25 yards for Nelson, and he is able to set up Goodridge-Grygla at the 10. It'll be first and goal, and the Chargers are knocking on the door again.
Well, the Chargers would love to punch one in here and just not even worry about putting Lewis Jones back in unless they need him in the second half.
And they're going to turn and hand this off to Nelson again, near side, shifty move, the juke move, and dragging a defender with him, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Wow. He carried 3 tacklers with him into the end zone, diving at the last second to get across the goal line for that touchdown. What an impressive drive and impressive run.
25 yards on the first carry for Nelson, 10 there, and he gets the touchdown, and it's a 14-0 lead for Goodridge-Grygla as they're going to attempt the 2. 2 drives, 2 scores. They're looking for the 2-point conversion. Looks like it'll be Ricklock out of the gun. He's going to run right side, tucks in and runs it all the way in for the score, and it is a 16-0 lead for the Chargers. An impressive drive once again from Goodridge-Grygla. 2 drives for them, 2 scores, and 2 2-point conversions. It's a 16-0 lead for the Chargers as we are going to step aside here momentarily here on KROX.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Minnesota because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Fargodome here as we have the Section 8 9-player football championship game. It's the number 1 seed Goodridge-Grygla with a 16-0 lead over the number 2 seed Steven-Argyle Storm. And Goodridge-Grygla, they've had a couple of guys go down. Nelson was one of them, but he came back, and he has been exceptional ever since. A couple of great runs, including the touchdown run to cap off that last drive. And now it's Steven-Argyle down here in a hole, a 2-touchdown hole, as we are 7 minutes and 42 seconds left here in this first half.
Well, a lot of work to do here, but if you can bounce back, answer, cut it down to 1 score, that would be a huge answer for Steven-Argyle. But Goodridge-Grygla so far on their 2 drives that they've had, they haven't been stopped. They're just able to move the ball down and give credit to their offensive line creating nice holes.
Ground ball kick up the middle. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men, and he's going to be chopped down at about, we'll have to see where they mark it at. And they're going to say the 47-yard line, so that is where Steven-Argyle will start.
And Clausen was able to, he grabbed it right on, and then he took a big hit and just sort of shed right off, and there's another injured Goodridge-Grygla player, and I think that's Loken. Well, I'm not going to, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm not for, well, I know it is him, and he was banged up on the play, so that is the 3rd player for the Chargers that has gone down with a leg injury.
So another injured Charger on the play, and looks like he is getting something worked on the lower half, so we are going to step aside once again here on KROX.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Ag Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at kroxam.com and click on sports.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Minnesota because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com. And share in our
telling the trainer that he said he got hit. He's pointing to around the knee area, and I could see what he was saying. It said I heard a pop, which is not a good thing. Hopefully, it's just it was the equipment popping.
6-yard carry on first down. 2nd and 4 for the Storm as Smith. He's going to take it going far side, and he's going to be met right in the middle there as coming up to make the stop. It was Gavin Oney, and that is going to be minimal gain. They'll give him a yard. It'll be 3rd and 3.
And, well, he was able to stop it, but then finishing it off was the big Andrew England. He came over, and once he comes over to clean things up, there's not going to be much left because he is a for-sure tackler and a big boy in the middle. That's why he's at nose guard.
So 3rd down and 3 from the 46 for Steven-Argyle. They were about to break the huddle, and now they reconvene. And now they break the huddle. Coming up on halfway through the second quarter, it's a 16-0 lead for Goodridge-Grygla. 3rd and 3 for Steven-Argyle. It's going to be Smith. He's going to pitch it to Clausen, and he's going to be thrown down. And once again, Oney blows it up.
Well, that was a direct snap right to Clausen, and the snap, I'm not sure if it was supposed to go directly to him or what happened there, but it seemed like the snap wasn't quite to where Clausen had to go over, lunge forward to grab it. He was bobbling it a little bit right before he got hit. Steven-Argyle fortunate that he was able to get control right before he was hit, and that play was blown up.
Either way, it's a loss of a yard, and it's going to set up 4th and a long 4 for Steven-Argyle. It'll be Smith out of the gun. 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. Smith is going to take the snap. He pitches it to Winarovich on a reverse, trying to reverse course, and he is knocked down. Only a gain of a yard, and it's another turnover on downs for the Storm, and Wbski was the first man there to stop him.
Winarovich did probably what he should have done. He saw the first opening and tried to cut it upfield, but he did. If he could have got to the outside, there was one player he had to beat. If he would have been able to get to the outside, he might have had a chance for the first down. But again, this Goodridge-Grygla defense, they are swarming after that first drive. The second and third drive for Steven-Argyle, they've been everywhere, making big plays and making things very difficult for the Storm offense.
Second turnover on downs here this game for Steven-Argyle, and it's Goodridge-Grygla looking to go 3 for 3 here in the first half. 2 touchdowns on their first 2 drives as they start from the 46, and taking the direct snap is Wbski. He's going to go right side, drags another Storm defender before being wrestled down. It's going to be a first down for the Chargers.
And coming over to finally finish that tackle off was Mason Smith. But again, as you said, another first down for Goodridge-Grygla, and they just cannot be denied on offense. They have been able to get big chunks of yardage, it seems like every other play.
So now from the 44, as Goodridge-Grygla makes their way into Storm territory once again. And the run game for the Chargers has been spectacular up to this point. They're going to look to keep capping off of that as it'll be another 1st and 10 Ricklock out of the gun. He takes a snap this time, goes near side. Tries a little juke move, avoids a defender, gets the first down and more inside the 30, and he is cut down out of bounds at about the 25. Winterovich was there on the stop, but Ricklock is fired up as he picks up another first down.
And rightfully so. What great patience by Ricklock. He let his blockers, the whole blocking scheme develop. There wasn't anything there right away. He just patiently sort of jogged, you could say, over towards the sideline. And then as soon as he saw a little bit of an opening and the blockers were set up in front, he took off right along the sideline and gets another first down. That's just great patience by Ricklock.
Never looked like he was panicking at all. It was in control the whole time. And he picks up 19 for a first down. And he's going to turn and hand it off to Wbski again. And he is going to be dragged down from behind, a gain of a couple. And that'll set up second down to his Carson Safransky, who is in there on the stop.
Well, we have more bad news for Charger fans. Loken, they were giving him the ACL test on that right knee, and you're not going to know until he gets an MRI or anything like that, but he's still not able to put any pressure on that right leg, and that is not a good sign for Charger fans.
Gain of 3 on first down sets up 2nd and 7 for the Chargers. And this is going to be on the far side, a little option play. Ricklock keeps it himself, and he is going to be wrestled down in the backfield. A big loss there. And it looked like Dylan Widener came up to make the stop. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11.
Great pursuit there by the Storm. They had a couple of players, and this time they were able to make that tackle in the backfield, something they haven't been able to do very often here in this first half. But this time they're able to do it, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Chargers.
Under 4 minutes to go here in this first half. It's a 16-0 lead for Goodridge-Grygla. They'd like to add to that lead here late in the half. But they're looking at 3rd down and 11 from the 26. So it'll be Ricklock under center. Play action as he rolls near side, looking, and spins one, and it's incomplete. A flag comes in as well, and we'll have to check the marker.
That's going to be a penalty against Goodridge-Grygla on one of their linemen. Coming through, making life miserable was, who was that? That might have been Rylan Anderson, who was putting some pressure on. And then next thing I know, just out of the corner of my eye, I see him going flying. So it is going to be holding.
And it is going to be accepted. That's going to back up Goodridge-Grygla to the 36, and that'll make it 3rd and 21. But they had 3rd and 20 earlier, and they were able to get it all the way down to 4th and 1 and eventually score.
And I think the reason why they accepted in this situation, because it was 4th and 11?
Yep.
And they were going to go for it anyway, so why not push them back a few yards?
4 wide receivers out in the formation for Goodridge-Grygla, 2 to each side. Ricklock is going to take the snap. He's looking. Heaves one deep down the field, and it is caught. Making a grab is Sawyer Jacobson backing up inside the 10, and it's a first down for Goodridge-Grygla.
Ricklock looked like Mahomes there. He sidewinded it and almost like an underarm softball pitch. That's how low he went with it, and threw it right on the money, leaping up, making the grab. He said that was Nelson?
It was Sawyer Jacobson.
Jacobson, he didn't have the ball in his hands right away. It wasn't a clean catch. He sort of knocked it with his hands back to himself into the belly area, and he hauled it in as he fell on his back and was able to make another tremendous catch for the Chargers.
29 yards on that grab, as this is going to be a handoff for Nelson up the middle. Nothing going there. The Storm sniff it out, and it is going to be no gain. 2nd and goal.
Steven-Argyle, they just have to be wondering right now, what do we have to do? These guys are making just unbelievable plays, and it's happened more. It's 3-4 times now. They've just made awesome plays and grabs, and right now Goodridge-Grygla just rolling.
Feels like every catch that Goodridge-Grygla has made has been a SportsCenter top 10 play, as they're going to be looking at 2nd down and goal from around the 6-yard line. It'll be Ricklock under center. Behind him again is Wbski. Ricklock's going to take it himself. He goes straight up the gut. It'll be a gain of about 2, gets inside the 5. That's where 3rd and goal is going to take place, as we are now at the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 2.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Goodridge-Grygla looking at 3rd and goal from the 4. They just called their first timeout of the first half. A minute 23 left here in this second quarter. And Goodridge-Grygla looking to go 3 for 3 in the first half and trying to get a 3rd touchdown here. They were able to convert on both of their 2-point conversions as well. One through the air, one on the ground. And we'll have to see what they do coming out of this timeout. And the Steven-Argyle Storm, they are looking to maybe flip momentum here in this game and keep Goodridge-Grygla not just out of the end zone, but maybe off of the scoreboard entirely. As Goodridge-Grygla, I mentioned this in the pregame show, they had a 14-0 lead last year in this game, but they were unable to carry that momentum into the second half. It was 35 consecutive points by Kittson County Central. As the Chargers fell last year in this Section 8 9-player championship game. 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a direct snap for Wbski going near side, and he's going to spin in for a touchdown. Second touchdown of the game for Wbski. This time it's from 4 yards out, and it's a 22-0 lead. And now Goodridge-Grygla, they are going to go for 2. So we'll have to see what the Chargers do. A minute 19 left here in this first half. 2 wide receivers to each side now. Nelson was in motion, but a flag is going to be thrown, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty on Goodridge-Grygla, which will back them up 5 yards from the 3 to the 8. So 22-0 the score. 2-point conversion, or the 2-point attempt is about to come up for Goodridge-Grygla. Normally it's from the 3, but with the 5-yard penalty, it'll back them up to the 8. And we are working on our video stream, trying to get that back on the air. You, of course, can listen to us on the radio side. It's going to be a timeout taken by Goodridge-Grygla. We'll step aside, and we'll have the 2-point conversion on the other side of this break.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Egg Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at kroxam.com and click on sports.
So it'll be Goodridge-Grygla who's going to attempt the extra point here rather than go for 2. It'll be Blake Ricklock to kick it. Snap's good, the hold is good, the kick, it's a line drive, and that is going to miss wide left. So it'll be a 22-0 lead for Goodridge-Grygla. A minute 19 left in this first half, as they have a 22-0 lead here in this Section 8 9-player championship game over Steven-Argyle. Steven-Argyle, they haven't burned a timeout yet, so they still have all 3 timeouts. Steven-Argyle, they would like to score in a hurry and try and get some momentum on their side. As Steven-Argyle, 2 of their 3 drives have been turnover on downs, and they did have a 3-and-out on their second drive. And on the other side for Goodridge-Grygla, the offense has been potent so far. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them coming courtesy of Carson Wbski. And he had 2 touchdowns on the ground. He had 6 rushing touchdowns all season, had a rushing touchdown last week as well. And it is a 22-0 lead. And of course, Owen Larson caught a 10-yard touchdown pass that was bookended by the 2 Wbski runs here in the first half. Goodridge-Grygla to kick off, as this one is going to be another ground ball. And that one's going to be tough to field for Steven-Argyle, and it's going to go across the 25 for Winovich, and he is knocked out of bounds.
Well, as you said, Tyler, what Steven-Argyle has to do, see if they can get a quick hit, get back to within 2 scores, trailing 22-0. And offensively, their first drive was, you couldn't have drawn up a better drive except for not scoring, but they're able to go 10 plays, move it down the field. And they obviously don't have time for 10 plays with a minute 15 left here in the half, but they can get a big strike, get on the board going into and have a little momentum going into halftime. That's going to be huge here for the Storm.
We saw the home run threat that Winovich can be. We'll have to see if him and Smith can connect, as that's going to be the connection there on first down. It'll be a gain of just a couple as Winovich is knocked out of bounds.
And what they're doing there is hoping that Winovich can maybe break that first tackle and then get up the sidelines, and they're throwing obviously to the sidelines like all football teams normally do, late in a half or at the end of the game, so they can go out of bounds, stop that clock, and we'll see if maybe that also tries to set up a different play off of that.
And that play only took 3 seconds. They were able to gain 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 29. And Smith out of the gun, sends a man in motion. Smith is going to go back to pass, looking for the deep threat, fires a long pass, and it is going to be picked off. A flag's on the play. Getting the pick is Nelson, as he's going to turn up the field on the far side across the 40 to the 30. But we are going to have to check the marker as another flag comes in late.
That's going to be coming back here because that was pass interference. They got tied up there, saying, and the Charger coaching staff saying it was uncatchable, but in high school that is not the rule.
And we'll have to see what the flag was on the tackle, too. As you mentioned, Chris, it looked like I saw one of the referees already saying that it was pass interference on the defense. But again, that second flag, that can be really tricky. And we'll have to wait what the referee says, and here comes the call.
Well, so their personal foul penalty on a late hit, and it sounds like they're going to replay the down.
And a big thing there is that took off a big chunk of time. Now only 58 seconds left for Steven-Argyle. The good thing for the Storm is that, of course, wipes out the interception. But they are still sitting at their own 29, looking at 2nd and, we'll call it 7, as they have to get just across the 35 for a first down. So it'll be Smith out of the gun, 2 wide receivers out in the formation, 1 to each side. And he is going to load up and fire deep for Winovich, and that one's intercepted. It's Ricklock who comes over to make the grab, and he stepped out of bounds, but either way, it is a pick. And at the 41-yard line, Goodridge-Grygla is going to take over.
Yeah, that just hung up there a little too long, and Ricklock came over, played it sort of like a center fielder, waited for it, jumped up, and as he went to push off, that's when he stepped out of bounds right along the near sideline. But another big stop for Goodridge-Grygla, and we should pass along on the injury update. Looks like Christian Loken is going to be done for the game as he has taken the pads off.
But The Chargers do have a 22-point lead, and maybe looking to add to that as they still have a timeout in their back pocket with 51 seconds left. Grygla to throw, flag down, fires one on the far side. That one's picked off. And it's picked off by Steven-Argyle, and that's going to be an interception, but again, we have to check the marker.
There's a penalty on the far sideline, right where you have either offsides or a false start.
And we'll have to see what the flag is. It looks like Steven-Argyle thinks
illegal formation.
So back-to-back interceptions, one by each side, and that is going to give Steven-Argyle the ball right back. And with 44 seconds left, they're going to take over from the 25.
Steven-Argyle try a long pass now.
So 2 interceptions on 2 consecutive plays by both quarterbacks. Now Steven-Argyle, they get a second chance at a score late here in this first half. Again, all 3 timeouts for the Storm and just 44 seconds left. It'll be Smith out of the gun. He has a wide receiver spread out way to the near side. Smith turned and looked, saw nothing there, tried to head up the field, nothing going, maybe a gain of a yard or 2, and a timeout called by Steven-Argyle.
Well, good heads-up play by Smith. Instead of trying to force one again, this time he just tucked it in as there was nothing there. Good coverage by Goodridge-Grygla. Just with the timeout, it'll be second and long now for Steven-Argyle.
34 seconds left here in this first half. It's a 22-0 lead for Goodridge-Grygla, and of course this is the first of 2 games here we're going to have on KROX, both on the radio and live stream side. We're going to have the Section 6 9-player football championship coming up right after this game. That one should be another good one too, and well, Chris, you want to give us a little preview of that while we have some time?
Yeah, it's Fargodome obviously have had just a fantastic season. It started off with a game that we broadcast on KROX where they beat Border West pretty handily, and that answered a lot of questions after making it to the state semifinals. The state championship 2 years ago. Last year it was the state semifinals. They're looking to get back there again. They would play either the Clearbrook-Gonvick winner would play the winner of this one on Thursday at Moorhead High School in the first round of the state tournament. But Fargo-Beltrami obviously has been loaded for bear this year and have had no problems in any of their games.
2nd and 8 for Steven-Argyle, a flag on the play.
We'll have false start on Steven-Argyle, so that'll push him back 5 yards. But at on the flip side, Clearbrook-Gonvick, the only time that they met Fargo-Beltrami just a few weeks ago, they lost their starting quarterback early in the game, and then they also lost their backup quarterback, which also happened to be their starting tailback and leading rusher early in the game as well. So it could be a very interesting ball game.
Couple of storylines there heading into the Section 6 9-player championship game, as it is going to be a reverse, and that was going to be read nicely by Goodridge-Grygla. Seeing it all the way was Owen Larson, and that's going to be a huge loss for the Storm.
Larson did exactly his job, and this is why football is such a cool sport. It is the ultimate team game, because if everybody does their job, a play like that happens, and Larson waited. He waited right in that area. He didn't try to chase where the ball looked like it was going right away. He came up and made a big stop in the backfield, and Steven-Argyle is going to let the clock run down.
First half comes to a close. It's 22-0 Goodridge-Grygla with the lead here at the half of the Section 8 9-player football championship game, as we're going to have Chris get a word with the head coach of the Steven-Argyle Storm, Ethan Marcus, here in just a moment. But an exceptional half for Goodridge-Grygla. They scored on 3 of their 4 drives, and the only drive they didn't score was an interception. And Chris is now down with Coach Marcus.
I am here with Coach Ethan Marcus. And Coach, the first drive of the game, you moved it down the field pretty well, and you had to be happy with how you started.
Well, it was a good start, yeah. We're happy with how it started, but you got to finish that. When you get in scoring position, that's the bad part here. We have to find a way to finish those drives.
Goodridge-Grygla offensively, they've been able to make some tremendous plays and to keep their drives going.
Yeah, they keep on playing here. They've had a number of guys go out injured, and yet they managed to make those big plays. So they've made some big catches.
What do you have to do different defensively in the second half?
Well, we got to keep the ball away from them is all we got to do. We got to keep the ball and make them play a little more defense, because this game it's been us on defense the whole time. So we got to do better with the ball, and we got to keep it, and we got to sustain our drives.
And offensively, do you have any changes or just to execute?
Well, they're a strong team. They're good. There's no doubt about that here. But we got to be a little more consistent. We got to be tighter up front here. I think we can fight them better up front. You got some big, strong guys, but I think we can do better.
Coach, thanks for talking with us. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tyler.
Thank you, Chris, and thanks to Coach Marcus for joining us here. We're going to step aside and take a break, and we're going to have our halftime show. Again, 22-0, Goodridge-Grygla with the lead over Steven-Argyle in the Section 8 9-player football championship game. We'll step aside and come back with the halftime show right here on KROX.
Tackle any weather in new heated jackets and hoodies from Milwaukee and Home of Economy. Wear these daily as a light jacket, but kick up the heat right where you need it when the temps drop and the winds pick up. Home of Economy is your one-stop hoodie shop with old favorites, new styles, top brands, and great selection, all at the best price. It's all here at Home of Economy.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at gohugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Drs. Forget, Smith, and Genedetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tints and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
It's halftime here in the Fargodome in the Section 8 9-player football championship game between Stephen-Argyle and Goodridge-Grygla, and it's the Chargers of Goodridge-Grygla with a 22-0 lead over Steven-Argyle as they were able to score 3 times out of 4 drives, and the only time they were unable to score was on that final drive, which resulted in an interception. So taking a look at some of the stats here from the first half, let's take a look at Steven-Argyle. Blaine Smith, he has 7 carries for 40 yards, including a 26-yard run earlier in the game. Cooper Clausen, he has 5 carries for 16 yards, and that is about it. And the 1 interception for Smith, as he is 1 for 5, just 3 yards. Winoravich had the lone catch for the Storm. Taking a look at Goodridge-Grygla on the other side, and we have Ricklock. He has 7 carries for 49 yards. including a couple of carries that went for 18 and 19 yards. Kean Nelson's had a great first half, 5 carries for 41 yards. He also punched in the second touchdown of the game. And Carson Wbski, despite the fact that he had a negative 13-yard run, which really entirely wasn't his fault. It was just a bad snap that he had to hop on in the backfield. Otherwise, that would have resulted in a turnover. It ended up becoming a first down and eventually the first touchdown of the game. He has bounced back nicely with 19 yards off of 6 carries. He has 2 touchdowns. Wbski, a 7-yard touchdown run. That was on the first drive. It was a 16-play drive. Spectacular drive for Goodridge-Grygla. That really set the tone after Steven-Argyle couldn't punch it in from inside the 20. They also got the 2-point conversion, which was a catch from Owen Larson. And then it was Nelson who was able to punch it in from 10 yards out, and Ricklock was able to get the 2-point convert there, and it was Wbski who was able to score again, and it was from 4 yards out, and that's how we got to 22 points, as the extra point was no good for Goodridge-Grygla. On the other side, as we take a look at some more stats, we do have for Ricklock, he was 4 for 6. He did throw the 1 interception, but it was a 69 passing yards for Ricklock, so a really good first half for him. As Goodridge-Grygla, they have been able to move the ball both through the air and on the ground, and that's despite the fact that they've had a couple of players get hurt in that first half. They had a couple of guys go down, but still that did not stop the Chargers as they are trying to make it back to state. It's been 11 years since the Chargers have made it to state. Last did it in 2012. Steven-Argyle, they're going to need to come back here if they want to make it to state, as they haven't done that since 2018. So we are going to step aside once again. We're going to take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. We'll have that and more as our halftime show continues here on KROX.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Any weather in new heated jackets and hoodies from Milwaukee and Home of Economy. Wear these daily as a light jacket, but kick up the heat right where you need it when the temps drop and the winds pick up. Home of Economy is your one-stop hoodie shop with old favorites, new styles, top brands, and great selection, all at the best price. It's all here at Home of Economy.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abasi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
Update. We already had one game in the books here from the Fargodome. It was Ottertail Central who defeated Border West 34-12. That was the Section 4 9-player championship game that took place right before this one. And Ottertail Central were able to pick up the victory, and they are advancing into the state quarterfinals. They're going to be taking on the winner of Section 2. That will take place next week. Again, the winner of this game is actually going to take on the winner of our next game between Fertile Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick, as we will have the Section 6 9-player football championship game here on KROX on the live stream. We will have that on the radio side as well, as the winner of both this game and the next one, they are going to be taking on, they're going to be taking battle next week at Moorhead High School in the quarterfinals. And talked to Chris a little bit earlier about a preview for that game and a couple of interesting storylines for that one on both sides. Should be a good one there, as again, that will be about a half hour after this one. We'll have the pregame starting very quickly after we wrap up things here between Goodridge-Grygla and Steven-Argyle. Goodridge-Grygla with a 22-0 lead at the half. They have had a spectacular offensive performance so far, but also the defense has come up huge with multiple stops, including a turnover they came up with 2 turnovers on downs and an interception, and they also forced a 3-and-out from Steven-Argyle. So Goodridge-Grygla, they are rolling right now as they are both in the half. So we're going to step aside again. 22-0 is our halftime score, and we will have more coverage here from the Fargodome right after this on KROX.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Come see the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic for all your eye care needs. Whether you're due for an eye exam, looking for new contact lenses, glasses, need cataract surgery, or anything else eye-related, Doctors Forget, Smith, and Janetta are all accepting new patients. They offer a wide array of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Need specialized eyewear for a specific activity? From specific ski or snowmobile goggles to performance sunglasses for running or cycling to a full spectrum of specialty tents and eyewear for trap shooters, the Crookston or Foston Eye Clinic can help maximize your visual performance for whatever your passion is.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
Welcome back to the Fargodome as both teams have come out of the locker room. It is 22-0 Goodridge-Grygla with the lead over Steven-Argyle here in the Section 8 9-player football championship game. As it was Goodridge-Grygla a year ago, they had a shutout in the first half. Are they able to complete the shutout in the second half? We will find out in just a few moments' time here, as this has been a spectacular battle between the two sides, but Goodridge-Grygla, their offense has been rolling, their defense has been playing stout as well, and we'll have to see what happens here in the second half, as both teams are just about ready to get set for this second half. Goodridge-Grygla, they are looking for their first state championship in football. They finished runner-up. That was about in the early 90s, 1991, as they lost by smallest margin you can in football, 1 point. It was a 7-6 game then, as they actually scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter and missed on the 2-point conversion, and that is how they lost that championship game. And of course, Steven-Argyle, they have such a rich history in 9-man football. Won in 2009, and they also won 5 consecutive state championships in 9-man football from 03 to 07. They're just one of 2 schools who have done so across all classes. Caledonia was the other school who won 5 in a row. They did it from 2015 to 2019 in AA. We are just about set here for kickoff. It'll be Steven-Argyle to kick off, going from left to right. And it'll be Goodridge-Grygla with who will receive here. Safransky is going to kick off for the Storm. And Goodridge-Grygla had to run on a man late, but either way, it's going to be kickoff here from Steven-Argyle. It's going to be a dribbler up the middle, goes off of Wbski, it's loose, and he picks it up, and he's going to be wrapped up and thrown down at about the 37-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for Goodridge-Grygla as they have the ball here to begin this second half. Up 3 scores as they are going to start from their own 36-yard line. Good showing by the offense in the first half. Can they continue here in the second half? It'll be Ricklock who heads under center. And he is going to take the snap and turns and hands this off for Nelson. Has a big hole near side, breaks through across the 40 to the 30 in a foot race, trying to juke back to the middle of the field. He's wrapped up by Winorovich, and it is a big gain for Nelson as he flips the field again.
Well, and this is a guy that was getting his ankle taped up and had to come out of the game. It looks like they gave him super tape or something here, because it looks like he's quicker now and was able to hit that hole, get to the sideline, and get a huge gain and a perfect start if you're a Goodridge-Grygla fan.
Gain of 41 as he turns it all the way down to the 23-yard line. And it's first down and 10 for the Chargers. Ricklock, he's going to turn and hand it off to Nelson again, and this time nothing going there and being wrapped up and thrown down, as it was Safransky who was in on the stop. Minimal gain. He might have gone back to the line of scrimmage. So a great start for Goodridge-Grygla on the first play of the half, but the second play of the half a little less successful than the first. It'll be second and 10 for the Chargers, looking at the 23-yard line. So the Chargers break the huddle. And a couple of injuries in the first half for the Chargers, but that didn't slow this offense down, not at all. So it'll be Ricklock out of the gun, 2 wide receivers to the right. This is going to be a direct snap, and taking it on the near side is Wbski, and he is going to be wrapped up and thrown down out of bounds. As coming in on the stop was Blaine Smith, and that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. It'll be third down and medium for the Chargers. So 3rd and 5 for Goodridge-Grygla. From the 18, they need the 13 for the first. They're on this first drive of the second half. And the run game has been mighty successful for the Chargers. Out of the gun is Ricklock. He's going to take it himself. Going right side, bounces off of a couple of tacklers. He's going to be cut down, but a flag is in on the play. And now we'll have to see. It is going to be holding. So holding is going to be the call. And that will back the Chargers up to the 28. So that'll be 3rd and 15. So the Chargers going backwards here. So 3rd and long. It'll be Ricklock under center. He is going to go play action this time. Looking to throw it back on the near side. It's caught by Jacobson. He turns upfield, gets around one Storm defender, makes another one miss, gets inside the 10, dragging a defender from behind. He picks up the first down, and he gets all the way down to the 5. 23 yards on that catch and run, and that's going to set up Goodridge-Grygla with first and goal from the 5.
Once again, the Chargers ball carriers are able to just make the Storm defenders miss. They did that about 3 or 4 times. If Chris Berman was doing highlights, he'd be whoop, 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 and they were able to make a miss. And another big play for the Chargers.
I won't even give it a go with the Chris Berman impression there, but either way, a great play for Goodridge-Grygla as it's going to set them up with first and goal from the 5. Ricklock under center, and he is going to fake a handoff, and he was looking to bootleg and nothing there, and he is knocked down in the backfield by Cooper Clausen, and that is going to be a 5-yard loss on the sack. It'll be second and goal. So second and goal for Goodridge-Grygla from the 10. We'll have to see what the Chargers do here.
Nice defensive stop there by the Storm, and they need to come up with a couple more of those.
We'll have to see what they can do here on second down as the clock is ticking. Already Goodridge-Grygla taking up 3 1/4 minutes here on this opening drive of the half, and they are going to have to spend their first timeout. So with 8:44 left here in this third quarter, Goodridge-Grygla calls timeout. They're looking at second and goal right after this on KROX.
This section championship football game on the KROX video stream is brought to you in part by Home of Economy, Crookston Eye Clinic, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Rydell Cars, CHS Egg Services, Riverview Health, Bremer Bank, American Crystal Sugar Company, Grove Mechanical, and Egg Country, all bringing you this section football championship game. And after the game, don't forget to check out the story, stats, scores, pictures, video replay, and more on our website at KROXAM.com and click on Sports.
Welcome back to the Fargo Dome. Goodridge-Grygla, they got the ball to start the second half. They've moved all the way down to the 5-yard line. They were backed up on first and goal. Now they're looking at second and goal from the 10, trying to punch it in and get their 4th touchdown of the game and take at least a 28-0 lead, if not more, over Steven-Argyle here in this Section 8 9-player championship game. But Goodridge-Grygla, they had to burn their first timeout. And they didn't take a timeout until late in the first half. So a little bit differing strategies here in the second half. But it's going to be Ricklock who heads up under center. Has a couple of backs behind him. And he is going to turn and hand this off to Nelson. Dodges one defender, and he's going to be dragged down. And making the stop was Blaine Smith. And it's going to be a gain of a couple, but it's going to be third and goal. Gain of 2 yards there. It'll be third and goal from the 8. We'll have to see what the Chargers opt to do here. As Ricklock is going to head to the huddle with the play. Could be a huge play here in this game early in the second half. We'll have to see how aggressive Goodridge-Grygla is if they do not succeed in scoring here on this third down. It'll be Ricklock out of the gun. He's going to roll to his right, looking to pass. Has to switch field, comes back near side, gets through one tackler, fires a pass to the end zone, and a sliding grab is made. And it's a touchdown for Goodridge-Grygla. And making the grab was Kean Nelson. And it's a 28-0 lead for the Chargers.
And what an effort there. Just great blocking by Goodridge-Grygla. They're able to create a lot of time, and Ricklock, he's done that all game long, coming up with big plays on what seemed to be a broken play. And just what more can we say? Goodridge-Grygla coming up with a big play every time they need one.
They are unable to convert on the 2-point conversion, but they still have a 4-score lead. It is 28-0. Nelson, he has a 10-yard touchdown run on the ground. This time he gets the touchdown through the air on third and goal. And that gives Goodridge-Grygla a 28-0 lead. And I feel like we've been talking about this all game, but Chris, it's worth pointing out another spectacular grab for the Chargers.
Yeah, and it was not only was it a great scramble, but the throw, it was in the area that it needed to be. But a diving catch. So we've had a falling back onto his back catch, We've had 2 diving grabs, and we've had a leaping grab. It's just the athleticism and the sheer determination of these Chargers specialty players, receivers, and backs. They have done nothing but leave it all out on the field, that's for sure. They're doing everything they can to make sure they make the plays.
If you can conceive it, we've had that type of grab here in this game. It has been a spectacular showing by the Goodridge-Grygla offense, as they have scored now on 4 of their 5 drives. And again, the only time they didn't score was on an interception, and that was late in the first half. So now the Chargers are going to kick off. Steven-Argyle's offense is going to see the field for the first time here in this second half, and that's a big boot. Sends Wbski chasing all the way back. He had to field it over his shoulder inside the 15, and he is going to be thrown down, and it's Rick Locke who kicked it off and then finishes it off with the tackle at the 20.
I really like watching Rick Locke play. He is everywhere, offensively, defensively, and he comes right through and gets by a blocker and is able to make the open field tackle. A very tough tackle to make when you're running at a full sprint, and you can't really make quick cuts when you're running that fast, but he is able to come in and make the tackle, and Rick Locke is having himself quite the game on both sides of the ball.
And not to mention, he was the one who kicked that off, so he has a little bit, everyone else has a little bit of a head start than him. So it'll be the Storm who will start at the 20, and this is going to be quarterback keeper all the way as Smith takes it himself, going near side across the 25, and a good start for the Storm. So it'll be a gain of about 7. It'll set up 2nd and 3. And again, much like that first drive, the Storm getting off to a good start here. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 27. As a Storm, they desperately need some points, and they need them quickly, as Goodridge-Grygla, the offense, is rolling with a 28-0 lead. It'll be Smith out of the gun, and he's going to take it himself. He goes far side looking for some space. He is going to be met right at the sticks. It looks like he's going to be just short. So that's going to set up 3rd down and very little. A couple of guys in on the stop. England and Oni, they were 2 of the Chargers who swarmed Smith. It'll be 3rd down and inches for the Storm. A late substitution for the Storm. So now they have 10 on the play clock as they break the huddle. Smith under center. He's just going to turn and hand this off, and the Storm easily get the first down. And with the head full of steam, it was Aiden Trueblood who got the carry, and he is going to get out to about the 35. That'll be a first down. So exactly what the Storm needed to start off this second half. So we are just past the halfway point of this 3rd quarter. So it'll be Smith once again under center. He's going to send a man in motion from left to right, and it's going to be a pitch play on the near side, and coming towards it is Clausen. He is going to spin and trying to keep churning his legs, and eventually he's going to be knocked down. It's a gain of about 9, and a good play there for the Storm. They're going to get out to the 44, so they're going to be looking at 2nd and short. It'll be 2nd down and a long yard from just shy of the 44-yard line. Wbski is split out wide for the Storm. It'll be Smith again out of the gun. And he is going to take it himself, trying to find something, gets a hole across the first down line, and he is going to get out to about the 48, and that's going to be another first down, so back-to-back first downs for Steven-Argyle. And again, the Storm starting off this half with a good drive. It'll be first down from the 48. The Storm are trying to get on the board. So it'll be Smith. A couple of wide receivers to the near side. Out of the gun. Flanked by a back to his right. This is going to be Smith. A little option play. He's going to keep it himself as he has nothing going there. Goodridge-Grygla read it the whole way. He was able to use some momentum to turn himself forward for about a yard. But either way, it's going to be 2nd down and 9. So again, the Chargers, they were able to slow it down. 2nd down and long coming up for the Storm. Late substitution for the Chargers. As this time it'll be Smith under center. Smith sends Winarovich in motion. He's going to get the pitch. Going far side is Winarovich with the head full of steam. Lowers the shoulder. He's cut down just shy of the 1st down line to gain. But again, it's going to set up 3rd and short for the Storm.
Yeah, Sawyer Jacobson came over to make the tackle, and it was a nice tackle to keep him shy of the 1st down. And that's one thing this Charger team has done that throughout the entire game. They have made nice, sure tackles. And there hasn't been very many broken tackles for a Storm ball carrier in the game.
It'll be 3rd down and 2. One wide receiver out to the near side. Out of the gun is Smith again. Calls his own number. Has a big hole on the near side. A 1st down and more. Heads upfield across the 35, and it's a pickup of 10. That's going to move the chains.
A big play there and a nice hole on the right side of the offensive line. Smith was able to read that perfectly and get that big gainer.
The Steven-Argyle Storm, looks like the offensive line is starting to get some momentum there, creating some big holes for the ball carriers.
And you're only down 28-0. You get a score here and then come up with a stop. And early in the 4th quarter, if you can get it down to a couple scores, who knows what could happen.
Winarovich sent in motion. He's going to take the pitch, has some room on the far side, cuts it back to the middle, and he is going to get a gain of 3 to about the 31, as we are just under 3 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter. Steven-Argyle with a great drive.
Donnie Johnsrud in on the tackle. Good pursuit there. Again, like you said, about 3 yards. But going in the right direction, you get 3-4 yards a carry. That's good.
So it'll be 2nd and 7. Smith heads under center once again. Sends a man in motion from left to right. This time Smith is going to look to pass. Fires one deep down the field. He's looking for Winarovich, who makes the grab, and it is a touchdown. A 31-yard strike, and the Storm are on the board.
Well, and that's what we talked about. Winarovich had a step on defensive back earlier in the game, but the ball was just overthrown. This time it was right on the money. And nice play there for Steven-Argyle as Smith throws it right there. Winarovich hauls it in the end zone, and Steven-Argyle gets on the board with 2:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And to your point you just made a moment ago, getting a quick score, and they're might be going for 2 is Steven-Argyle. So they are going to go for 2 and try and make this 28-8. It'll be Smith. He's going to take it himself, pitches it to Clausen near side, lowers his shoulder. Does he have it? They're going to say he did not. I'm going to say he was just shy. But nevertheless, it's a good sign for Steven-Argyle there on the board.
Well, now you trail by 22. You can. That's 3 scores. You're going to need, obviously, a 2-point conversion or 2 to get to that point. But now they have momentum. You got that big play, and now you kick off, try to get the defense with another big stop, and maybe try to wear down Goodridge-Grygla here, who has suffered 2 injuries to starters that are no longer playing, and it doesn't look like they're going to here, as Lewis Jones obviously had a huge impact while he was in the game. He is limping on the sideline. He is walking a little better, but still a very noticeable limp. And then you also have out for the game is Loken, who has a brace on his right knee, which is not a good sign.
Well, for Steven-Argyle, if they're able to get maybe a quick 3 and out and get the ball back even at the tail end of this 3rd quarter, that could be huge momentum for the Storm. And you never know on a kickoff. Sometimes it takes a funny bounce and it maybe goes off the Chargers, and even the Storm are able to pick it up.
Well, you still have 2:12 left here in the 3rd quarter, and There's a lot of time left, but you have to come up with big plays.
And the defense, they have struggled so far. They did force an interception earlier in this game, but other than that, it has been 4 Goodridge-Grygla touchdowns. And the kick from Safransky, as I believe one of the Storm players was offside, a little bit too excited there.
Jumped a little too early, or maybe going a little too fast.
Yeah.
So that's not how you wanted to come back after you get that first touchdown of the game.
So that'll back them up 5 yards. Steven-Argyle will kick off from the 35 rather than the 40. And we'll have to see. They're going to try and kick it. It seems like we've seen a lot of kind of those squib kick ground ballers here, as Safransky is going to line it up, and now he is just about ready to kick it off. And this time, this gets some hang time as Nelson's going to watch it bounce. It goes all the way inside the 10, and he's going to scoop it up from the 8. Going far side, he is going to break one tackle, and he is going to be met by a swarm of Storm, and it's going to be all the way out to only the 15-yard line. So some momentum on Steven-Argyle's side as Goodridge-Grygla is going to start from their own 15.
What a kick by Safransky. He booted that one, a nice end-over-ender, a line drive. Didn't really get high at any point, but then it hit the turf, and that's the one thing every coach I've talked to today and throughout the week that are playing here, they all said you never know how the ball is going to bounce here on this turf, and that was a perfect example. It hits, and then all of a sudden shoots straight to the right by the return man. And Steven-Argyle has a great, see if they can get a 3-and-out. They'll have pretty good field position.
Ricklock, he's just going to hand this off, and not a whole lot going there, maybe a gain of a yard or so. And a nice stop being made there by Rylan Anderson, who blew it up.
Yeah, the 6-foot, 235-pound sophomore got right through, made the tackle for only a gain of about 1 on the play, and good start here for Steven-Argyle's defense. The Chargers, it looks like they're just a little, I don't want to say tired, but they're just down a little bit. They don't have that same energy they had in the first half, and give credit to Steven-Argyle. They have something to do with that.
2nd and 9 with the minute 30 left here in this third quarter. It'll be Ricklock out of the gun. And it's going to be a direct snap again to Wbski running far side. He is knocked down in the backfield. A loss of a couple, and that's going to set up Goodridge-Grygla with 3rd down, and they're behind the sticks.
Oh, what a great play by Cooper Clausen. The 5'10", 160-pound senior came through. He was able to get through basically untouched, and then he made the grab, sort of did an alligator death roll there as he was holding on for dear life and was able to bring him down. And a very hard but impressive tackle by Clausen.
It'll be 3rd and 12 from the 13 for Goodridge-Grygla. We've seen them have some success on 3rd and long, especially in the passing game. What will we see here? It'll be 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Ricklock is going to take the snap, dances around back there, has a lot of space on the near side, gets to the 20, needs the 25. He's going to be knocked down just short of it, and a flag comes in late.
It's going to be a late hit on Clausen.
Making the tackle was Smith. And Ricklock,
he's cramping up. He's having his teammates stretch out his right calf right now, so that's a good sign for Goodridge-Grygla. Anytime a player goes down, you don't like to see it, but Clausen, it wasn't a huge late hit by any means. He was coming over to try, but it's that typical NFL tackle where the guy's trying to get his bonus by getting in on a half a tackle, yeah. And that's what Clausen did there, and he didn't need to do it, that's for sure.
And it would have been 4th and 1. Instead, It is 1st and 10 from the 39 for Goodridge-Grygla, and it's another injury as Ricklock is hobbling off to the sideline.
And Ricklock will have to come out because he was injured, so no matter what, he has to come out for a play.
Now we'll have to see who is going to take over the quarterbacking duties for Goodridge-Grygla for at least this play, if not for the beginning of the 4th quarter. Only 27 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter.
And it's not rare to see cramping here in the Fargodome. It happens almost every game of every section championship that we broadcast. There's multiple. And that comes down to you can't just drink water, and well, Gatorade probably shouldn't be drinking anyway, but you can't just drink water the day of the game and expect to be hydrated. It's got to be a week-long process. You got to be keeping hydrated all week long.
So it'll be backup quarterback Spencer Cohn under center, and he's going to turn and hand this off, and it's Wbski up the middle trying to break a tackle, and hanging on for dear life was Winorovich. It's a gain of 6 to the 45, and that's going to end this third quarter.
So you have Wbski comes in, and there's just so many weapons for this Goodridge-Grygla team that they've had so many injuries. They just plug in another player. They're athletic. They can do a pretty, every player's interchangeable, it seems like.
3 quarters are in the books. The final stanza coming up. It's a 28-6 lead for Goodridge-Grygla as we head to the fourth quarter in the Section 8 9-player football championship game right here on KROX.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
Fourth quarter just about to start here between Goodridge-Grygla and Steven-Argyle, as it's going to be a handoff for Wbski going far side. A flag comes in. It's going to be a first down, but we're going to have to check the marker, as this one potentially could be coming back. Goodridge-Grygla having to go with the backup quarterback right now as Spencer Cohn is in. Blake Ricklock was hurt right at the end of the third quarter.
Ricklock has been stretching out that right calf, and it looks like he's going to be coming in here for this next play.
Yeah, Cohn is standing about 5 yards, maybe even a couple of steps away from you, so it will be Ricklock who's going to enter in the game. Again, it was holding on Goodridge-Grygla, so that's going to back them up 10 yards to their own 35. So they're going to be looking at 2nd and 14. But the good sign for the Chargers is Ricklock is back in the game. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. 5 on the play clock for the Chargers. Ricklock under center. And he is going to go play action, looking to throw, airs it out deep down the middle, and a great play coming over the top. And to swat that one away, it was Anders Thompson who knocked it away and negated a possibly big play.
And what an effort there, because if he doesn't get a piece of that, that is a big touchdown for Goodridge-Grygla and a big play for Steven-Argyle.
As Ricklock, he was looking for Sawyer Jacobson. We've called his name a couple of times today. But it was Thompson coming up with a gigantic swat. And now it's 3rd and 14 for Goodridge-Grygla.
So Steven-Argyle has them right where they want them. See if they can come up with a big stop here. This would be punting territory, you'd think.
This is going to be play action again. They're going to set up the screen for Jacobson on the far side. Thompson's going to meet him there. He's going to be knocked down. It's going to be a gain of about, we'll call it 11 yards, and that's going to set up 4th and short. And now what does Goodridge-Grygla do?
No, it's no longer for sure a punting situation. You're at midfield. And 3 yards, I would say they're probably going to go for it here.
Just a minute into this fourth quarter, it's 28-6, Goodridge-Grygla with the lead. And if Steven-Argyle can get a stop here, that could be huge. And if Goodridge-Grygla can obviously convert, that's going to take even more time off the clock here. And it's going to be possibly a offside, I think. Steven-Argyle jumped it, and that would be a first down, and that is going to be the call.
Yeah, they went with a hard count, and as soon as they sent the man in motion, the Chargers did. Steven-Argyle jumped, and a tough penalty there for the Storm.
And once again, how big have those 3rd and longs been for Goodridge-Grygla? They got themselves into 4th down territory, and they are able to convert the 1st down this time via the penalty. And they're going to be at the 48-yard line of Steven-Argyle with 1st down and 10, and the clock is going to keep winding.
That's the big thing here for Goodridge-Grygla. They're going to want to keep the ball on the ground. If they don't want to pass if they don't have to. And then they also just want to keep it inbound so that clock can wind down, which isn't going to happen fast enough for Charger fans.
3 wide receivers to the near side. A delayed handoff for Wbski gets through the first wave of defenders, and it's going to be wrapped up and thrown down after a gain of about 5.
And on the tackle was Widner, and also in on the tackle was Clausen.
Good gain there for Goodridge-Grygla. They're going to mark him, we'll call it the 44. So it'll be 2nd down and about 5, maybe a long 5 for Goodridge-Grygla, as the clock is under 10 minutes left here in this 4th quarter. Steven-Argyle, they're going to need to stop quickly, and they need 3 scores and at least a couple of 2-point conversions. Under center is Ricklock. He's going to turn and hand this off. Nelson going up the middle, breaks through 1 tackle, jukes another, throws the stiff arm on the near side, and he is going to be close to the sticks. Looks like he's going to be just short. And it's going to set up 3rd down and a yard.
Winorovich was the first, and then Widner came over to try to finish it off, and it'll be 3rd and short. And how many times have we seen this year for Goodridge-Grygla? A 3rd down, and no matter how many yards, they seem to come up with a big play. And also another player, Chase Monderud. He is on the sideline with looks to be a cramp as well.
It'll be 3rd and 1. Just outside the 39-yard line, Ricklock under center. And that one is going to be, it looks like a false start on Goodridge-Grygla. That should back him up 5.
Yeah, it wasn't 1, it was 2 that took off a little early. I think that was going left.
Might have been another one of those QB sneaks from Ricklock. We saw it earlier in this game, but now it's going to back him up to 3rd down and 6. And for Storm fans, that's going to be good news for them as it backs up Goodridge-Grygla. But the Storm have to come up with a stop.
I hate to say it might be the play of the game thus far. There's going to be several more, but it's do or die time here for the Storm. They need a stop.
3rd and 6. Ricklock under center. Has a couple of backs behind him. He's going to turn and hand this off to Nelson. Big hole on the far side. Cuts up the field, gets to cross the 30, and it's another 1st down. And it is a 14-yard carry for Nelson, and that's going to move the chains again for Goodridge-Grygla.
And Blaine Smith was finally able to catch up with him and take him down, but again, it is just amazing. Nelson, very shifty, very quick, and he's just able to punch it up one more gear like good running backs do, and he's able to get the 1st down. 3rd and long, and once again, the Chargers convert.
And I don't think we've talked about this enough tonight or this afternoon, but the Goodridge-Grygla offensive line has been creating monster holes for him. And this is going to be Ricklock, who's just going to keep it himself. Puts his head down and is going to go forward, scoots ahead for about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, they'll give him about a 5-yard gain there. And again, the line has done a fantastic job, as you said, and the running backs have done a great job of reading those holes. Sometimes they're not always exactly where they are drawn up to be. That's football in a nutshell right there. But and that's what makes a running back so good, is finding the holes and finding those seams. And that's what the Chargers have been able to do, it seems like, in every big play.
It'll be 2nd down and a long 5. It's going to be another handoff for Nelson going far side, bounces it outside, and is going to keep going, gets the 1st down, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. But again, it's going to move the chains for Goodridge-Grygla as we are just under 7 minutes to go in the 4th.
Just big play after big play. It looked like they said the Chargers were down a little bit and things weren't going their way. Then all of a sudden they just get that extra pep, and now they're marching it right down the field again.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 19. Chargers have been superb offensively. This is their 6th drive of the game. As Ricklock's under center, has a couple of backs behind him. He's going to hand this off again. Nelson, this time he is going to be stifled after about a yard, maybe 2. And a good job by the Storm to collapse there, forcing a minimal gain.
Yeah, you had Clausen was the initial person to slow him down a bit, and then coming over was Rylan Anderson to help finish off the tackle, and might have been another Storm player in as well.
So we'll give him just a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 18 as Ricklock enters the huddle to deliver the play for the Chargers. They scored on their first 3 drives. Then they had an interception that closed out the first half. They opened up this half with a touchdown pass, and now they're looking for one more touchdown. It is going to be a play action, and on the near side, the catch is made, and trying to get the first down was Jacobson, but he is going to end up being short. He is dragged down at the 12, and that'll set up again another 3rd down and short.
Well, I like the play call there. It's you're rolling out your quarterback, and looking for some room was Ricklock. He finds the Jacobson rolling out to the near sideline, able to make the completion, makes it 3rd and short. Nothing fancy, but it gives you some options, and Ricklock could have very easily run that ball too.
Yeah, and he faked the handoff to Nelson, who has had some success going to the left side. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 3 from the 12. Ricklock turns and hands this off to Nelson, bounces it outside, cuts up field, trying to go backwards into the end zone, but he's going to be short at the 2. And it is another 1st down, a pickup of 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Chargers.
And again, just another great run by Nelson. And Nelson was holding, it looked like maybe his hand as he got up there, but he's going to be okay. It's going to take more than a finger injury to take him out.
Coming up on 5 minutes left here in this 4th quarter. Goodridge-Grygla, 28-6 lead. They're knocking on the door of a 5th score. A couple of wide receivers split out wide. One to each side. It'll be Ricklock. He's under center. He is going to take it himself, trying to go near side, and nothing going there. A couple of players in on the stop. Looked like Safransky was there.
And Lennon Kasprovich also in, and I think that was Safransky as well.
That is going to be no gain.
That was a great job by the Steven-Argyle defensive line, and coming up and closing the gap, making the tackle, not letting Ricklock get far at all. Maybe if he gained anything, it might have been maybe a half of the length of the football.
Yeah, he did not get a lot there. As
I'd say no gain is the safe way to go.
Yep. 16th play of this drive. It was a 16-play drive in the first drive of the game, and now it's going to be Nelson. Takes the handoff. He is going to be knocked down immediately. And that was a good play by Jacob Johnson. He was the first guy there who flew through the line. No gain.
Yeah, he came right through and then did that bear hug tackle right around the shoulder pads. Was able to, more importantly, bring him back instead of having him fall forward. And again, the Storm defense here, 2 plays in a row for minimal gain.
This drive started with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We're now at 3.5 minutes to go in the 4th. As this is play number 17 for Goodridge-Grygla. It's 3rd and goal from the 2. It'll be Ricklock under center. And he is going to hand this off for Bishko, trying to get through, stretching and diving, but he gets down to the 1.
Boy, a great job coming up and making the tackle. I didn't see who that was for Steven-Argyle, but they're able to hold him up enough and falling short.
And you can credit that defensive line for making that initial stop as he was trying to jump forward, and it's going to be 4th and goal.
Yeah, the defensive line has done just a tremendous job here on these last 3 plays, and see if the Storm can do it one more time. Of course, the Chargers, they're in no hurry here, taking that clock down with 2:46 left in the game. But it seems like the clock is going a little bit slower than it normally does. When you're leading by this much, can't go down fast enough.
Goodridge-Grygla looks like they're going to spend their timeout. That is their 2nd timeout spent with 2:33 left in this 4th quarter. They have taken up nearly an entire quarter's worth of time on this drive. What a drive it has been. They're going to be looking at the 18th play of the drive here, as this has been a a momentum killer here as Steven-Argyle, they thought they might have the momentum. They scored late in the third quarter, and we were possibly talking about them making a stop at the end of the third quarter, but instead it has been all Goodridge-Grygla here on this 17-play drive, about to be 18.
Well, one of your the best defense is the good offense. When you're able to put a drive like this together that eats up basically a full quarter, and it's tough for the other team to score when you're just marching the ball down the field. And I'm sure it seems like forever for Steven-Argyle.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to score without the ball, as Steven-Argyle, they have not seen the ball since that touchdown, as it was a 31-yard touchdown pass from Blaine Smith to Winovich, but it has been all Goodridge-Grygla here in the fourth quarter, as now they break the huddle. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1 as the Chargers sprint up. 4th and goal, Grygla, he's under center, and he is going to take the snap, goes up the middle, reaches in for the touchdown. So Grygla gets the score, and it is now 34-6, Goodridge-Grygla with 2.5 left.
And Grygla, he barely got the touchdown there, so the Steven-Argyle Storm defense did a great job, but there is just not a long way for the Chargers to go. But Grygla dives in, uses that frame to get the ball across the goal line.
And the extra point attempt, it's a line drive that actually went off of the upright, and that is no good. So we remain at 34-6, but there is only 2.5 minutes left as Steven-Argyle, they're about to receive the kick, but minimal time. They have all 3 timeouts left, but this is quite the hole that they are in.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Storm. Obviously, you want to end the season on a good note here. Try to punch one more in if you can. But a comeback here would be miraculous to come back to get the win.
It would be quite the comeback if they were able to do so.
Although I think I've seen where a team's been down by quite a bit. I don't know if it was 2.5 minutes left in the game, being down by 4 scores, but it would be almost impossible to do that.
But weirder things have happened.
It is high school sports.
Yep. So it's going to be Goodridge-Grygla to kick. A couple of guys back for the return for Steven-Argyle. Looks like it's Winovich and also Blaine Smith.
I think it's Maple Grove High School down in the cities scored 3 touchdowns with a minute left in the game to come back and win. So it is possible.
And that kick goes off of Smith's hand. It's going to be fielded inside the 5 as he turns and heads up the field, goes to the 20, and he is going to scamper to about the 24, maybe the 25. That is where the Storm is going to take over.
Well, the clock's still going here.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know why the clock is going. It is still ticking. Yeah, the clock is rolling under 2 minutes left.
They finally stopped it. About 14 seconds went off the clock. And
yeah.
This was a closer game.
I think Steven-Argyle will probably say something about it at this point.
I think they know their fate as the Goodridge-Grygla fans have risen to their feet to applaud the Chargers, as this is going to be 1st down and 10 from the 25. This is going to be a handoff and going right side and knocked down. And it's just going to be a gain of a couple as Trueblood took the carry. And he gets about 3 yards on the play. And it looks like Steven-Argyle is going to empty out their bench.
On the Storm, they have a handful of seniors, but they have a lot of sophomores, freshmen. And I know the numbers coming up are pretty solid again, down in 7th, 8th grade and 6th grade for Steven-Argyle. So the future is bright for the Storm. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you look at Winovich, sophomore, Smith, junior, Anders Thompson, a sophomore, as this is a handoff up the middle. Not a lot going, and spinning and getting a yard, maybe 2, are the Storm. And they're going to be marked down at about the 30.
Now the Chargers bringing in about a handful of new players, including Rylan Stanley in the game for I believe, the first time. You also have Luke Paulson, a freshman. He's out there.
Yeah, looks like Shea Jacobson as well for Goodridge-Grygla. Just saw him head out to the field, but it's going to be 3rd down and 4, maybe 5 for the Storm here. 50 seconds left in the 4th. And this is going to be a handoff right side. Not a lot going there as Kellen Johnson was trying to go forward. He fumbled the ball, and Goodridge-Grygla comes up with it. And it looks like coming up with the recovery was Brody Reistad for the Chargers. And with 44 seconds left, it'll be Goodridge-Grygla who is all but punched their ticket into the state quarterfinals.
And also out there for Steven-Argyle, we have some players that are coming in. You have Owen Osowski, a freshman. Also out there is Mason Smith, another freshman. So both teams getting some guys out on the turf here. Broden Shapansky. Try to run through as many as we can here of the guys that are in.
Goodridge-Grygla is going to kneel down here at the 28. And in the quarterback spot is Landon Nordby. He is just going to sit on it at the 30. And
also in is Marion Martinez, another freshman.
Half a minute left as the time ticks down. All Goodridge-Grygla has to do is just sit on it one more time.
Reed Rivard, another lineman in for the Storm. And you guessed it, another freshman.
And Nordby is just going to let the clock run out. A year ago, Goodridge-Grygla, they had a halftime lead but lost. It won't be the same result this year. Goodridge-Grygla is on to the state quarterfinals. They win the Section 8 championship.
Oh, what an effort by the Chargers. They did it with 2 of their starters missing most of, well, at least half of the game due to injury. And they just plugged in more guys and were able to finish it off. And what a season for Steven-Argyle. Talking to several Storm fans here over the past week, a lot of them have said, you know, if you would have told us that we would have had 7 wins and in the section championship before the season started, we would have said, that's going to be a heck of a season. And they weren't. I don't think a lot of people were expecting 7 wins out of the Storm this year. So to do that, make it to the section championship, and then doing it without your starting quarterback who was injured late in the season, just a fantastic season for the Steven-Argyle Storm.
Yeah, great season as they have quite the young core that is going to be around for Steven-Argyle, and they are definitely going to be making some noise heading into next year. But it's Goodridge-Grygla who has punched their ticket into the state quarterfinals with a 34-6 victory over Steven-Argyle, and they are going to await the winner of our next game in the section for the Section 6 9-player championship, which will take place between Fertile Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. And that one is going to be coming up right after this here on KROX. So make sure that you are stay tuned here on the radio side. And, of course, on our YouTube stream, we're going to have it as well. And that one will be starting shortly.
And that game will be on a different YouTube stream. We did that just so we could promote both games. But so if you're watching on the stream here and want to watch the next game, you'll have to go on our YouTube channel and look for it there, since they are 2 separate streams.
And Steven-Argyle, they have just received the section runner-up plaque as they are applauded by their fans. And now the Chargers, they are going to accept the Section 8 trophy. So they are the champions this year. Hasn't happened in 11 years, but it happens here in 23. As they are going to be moving on into the state quarterfinals. It was a great effort by both sides, but Goodridge-Grygla, they scored on 5 of their 6 drives, getting the 34-6 win over Steven-Argyle. What a game it was. And again, we're going to have more action here from the Fargodome shortly. It'll be Fertile Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick as that will be the Section 6 9-player football championship game. As I believe we are going to have Chris get an interview with Coach Marcus, and it looks like he has him. I'll send it down to you, Chris.
And I am here with Coach Ethan Marcus. Coach, what a season for your guys. 7-win season, and you battle without your starting quarterback here towards the end of the season. And all in all, looking back at it, you have to be pretty proud of your boys.
Yeah, they had a good effort here, and that was a good team. Of course, we knew that, and they're a strong team, and they played well. And we came up short today, but a nice year here. A good step in the right direction. It's been a couple rough years for us lately, and what an awesome thing here to be in the Fargodome today.
Let's go through Goodridge-Grygla. It just seemed like they were able to come up with tremendous grabs, diving catches, falling down catches, and the ball is definitely bouncing their way today.
Well, they made some great plays. Early on, they had the kind of the diving catch there. I think it was a long distance situation. They caught it, and then the up the far sideline with that big catch. That was just a really great catch. I don't know what else could have been done. Good throw and a good catch. So they made some big plays.
And that's the thing. They made some tremendous plays, and I thought your team defensively, you didn't play terribly bad. They just came up with big plays when they needed them.
Yeah, that was the case. I don't know. We always can do a little bit better, but boy, they made some big plays. And they've got good players, so no big surprise. And they're a good team.
How about on the offensive end? They seemed like every tackle was a sure tackle for Goodridge-Grygla.
Well, we just couldn't seem to get much going there. A little spark there in the second half, but maybe a little too late. I think if we could have got that first one out of the gate, could have give us a real nice boost, but unfortunately came up short.
What's going to be the message to the players here in the post game?
Well, the message is, it was a successful year. We had a good time here. Guys worked hard, and it's nice. The last couple of years, guys kept working hard. They stuck with it, and it's starting to pay off here. We're getting our numbers back up a little bit, and I credit these guys for sticking through those hard times. And, it was a successful year here, getting all the way to section championship.
How about the senior class? You say goodbye to a good group.
Yeah, and those guys, I kind of highlight how they went through some tough times. They were young players and they got thrown in there. There was the bottom was when we dressed 12 guys one night, and a lot of these young guys, or these seniors, were the young guys then. So that was a rough time, and they stuck with it, and I'm happy that they got this day here.
That's for sure. And you also, just with your group, it sounds good numbers coming up, and the future's pretty bright for Storm football.
Yeah, I think so. Nothing's changing. We're going to keep on working, and that's the plan. We want to get here every year and have success, so we're going to keep on working.
Coach, congratulations on another great season, and hopefully it'll be a great off season. It's Coach Ethan Marcus and his post-game comments, and we'll send it back up to you, Tyler.
Thank you very much, Chris. We're gonna have you come upstairs. You got the next game. It'll be Fargo-Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick in a few moments' time. If you're on the radio side, you can stay right there. We're gonna have that game right after this. If you're on the YouTube side, we're gonna end this stream. We're gonna hop over to our other stream for Fargo-Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. Make sure you are watching over there. And if you do want to watch, it is KROX Radio on YouTube. We're gonna have the stats. We're gonna have the scores. We're gonna have the recap. We're gonna have the interviews. We're gonna have all that and more on our website at KROXAM.com for this one. One last time, it's Goodridge-Grygla. They win 34-6. They win Section 8. They punch their ticket to the state quarterfinals. Coming up next, it's the Section 6 9-player championship game between Fargo-Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. For Chris Fee, for Cam, for Dylan, for myself, Tyler Hergert, thank you very much for watching. We hope you join us here in just a few moments for Fargo-Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. But once again, Goodridge-Grygla 34-6. They're on to state. We'll see you in a few.